teaches Chinese, 大家好. In my video that I did with Sherry, the Chinese teacher, we had a little segment that I cut out that I wanted to include here because we explored a very essential Chinese word, and I want to explain it to you guys here. The word is C-H-A-N-G, chang, chang, chang. So if it's C, it'll be ts, but since it's CH, it's ch. So chang, chang. It's a word often used to describe repeated occurrences. So let's explore the little segment that Sharon and I recorded. Generic is chang yong. Chang is a word that basically means common or often. So 经常 or 常常, 通常. Chang is a good character to know. It's often coupled with anything to describe often-ness or repeated occurrences. So we explored certain words that you can add to chang to build up other meanings. Sherry mentioned 经常, which means usually. You can also say 常常, which is usually. And then Sherry also said 通常, which also means usually, but it's different. So here's what I mean. 通常 would be more to set a standard. For example, if someone asked Jerry, where do you usually go to practice Chinese? I would say 通常我去星期天的 blah 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 blah. So I just said usually I would go to the. If I said 经常, it means I go a lot, but 通常 means just by standard I would do that. So another way to describe 通常 is by default. So when I say 我通常去星期天的 meetup, I'm saying by default I go. If something comes up or something that somehow incentivizes me not to go to my default comes up, then I will not go. But by default, 通常 I will go. So that's the difference between 通常and 经常. 经常 is almost, you can think of it as less serious. It's not like by default I will go no matter what. It just means I go often. And then 常常 is just a more kind of informal expression, going often. 经常and 常常 are often interchangeable, but people usually say 经常. Sherry also mentioned 常用, which means often used. For example, if you want to talk about some medicine, you'd be like 常用. For example, if you talk about some kind of utensil that you would use a lot, 这锅很常用, or 这碗很常用. So it's like we often use this type of thing. Injury, 碘酒很常用. So we often use iodine when someone gets cut. That's how you would use 常用. It literally means often used. So whenever you want to say something's often used, 常用, you could couple this and build it even more. For example, 常用品, a brand or some kind of product that's often used. For example, if you want to talk about some kind of product that a lot of people use to do their makeup, or some brand that people use for sunscreen. 常用品. And there's a final word with chang that I want to explain to you guys. It's 常见. 常见. What it means is often seen. It literally means often seen. It's basically a word to say commonly. So when you're describing disease symptoms, 常见. People are like, okay, what are some disease symptoms? So you can say, oh, okay, this are 常见. Or for example, you're describing the demographics of a place. You could say, well, Koreans 很常见. I see a lot of Koreans. I live in Hanguocheon, Koreatown. Hanguocheon, 韩国人很常见. For example, if someone's asking you what type of dramas show in China a lot, you could be like, 二战戏很常见. World War II dramas are very common in China. Different pairings with the word 常 are different nuances to often or repeated occurrence type concepts. So I hope this was an interesting exploration into a very essential word in Chinese. Hope this helps, and we will have more essential words soon. Jerry Teaches Chinese out.